Okay.
And do you have your card in there, by the way? The card is in
yes,
there?
the card is in
All
there.
right. All right, ready?
Yes.
But anyways, they said, what can we get for you? I said, how about a hamburger and a beer? So they took me to, they said a quiet room on the ship. Never having been in a carrier, I had no idea what a quiet room was. I guess it's just less noisy than it normally is. But they did. They brought me a hamburger and a beer. They took my flight suit, gave me some other clothes to wear. And the next morning, my flight suit shows up. My gun's all cleaned up. And this guy leads me to breakfast with Admiral Sharp and the big guys on the boat. And it was funny because they said, and I'd been debriefed. The Navy debriefed me before I just finally went to sleep for the night. They were going to send a reconnaissance airplane to take a picture of that bridge. And the Admiral said, don't do it, the bridge is down. And they said, well, you know, sort of fighter pilots are notoriously bad at really knowing what went on. And he said, no, the lieutenant says it's down, it's good enough for me. And about 3 days later, they did get some pictures, and that one span was down in the river. So about that time, I finally told the Admiral, I said, sir, I really need to go back to Korat, Thailand. So they arranged to fly me off the boat to Da Nang in South Vietnam, and then they were supposedly arranging transportation for me. Well, I land at Da Nang, and I walk into base operations saying, hey, I need to go to Korat, Thailand. And the guy says, well, let's see your orders and your ID. I go, I don't have any orders. I don't have an ID because we didn't carry ID cards with us. And so all I had was, I'm in my flight suit and my gun, and that's it. And I'm getting agitated. So next thing I know, here come a couple of security cops, and they said, we don't know who this guy is, yada, yada, yada. And so I said, let me call your wing commander. So I'm a lieutenant, I can do this. So I got through to the wing commander's exec, and I said, hey, I'm Lieutenant Casper, and I just been shot down, and the Navy just dropped me off. And he said, we knew you were coming. They didn't know you were coming in base ops. I said, here, you talk to him. And all I heard was, yes, sir, yes, sir. Hold that C-130 at the end of the runway. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, it won't happen again. So evidently, the guys in base operations got their butts chewed. And they actually did. They threw me on a 130 and flew me back to Korat. And that was the end of my first tour in THUDS. That was my last combat mission. So I had 28 whole combat missions, managed to destroy 2 airplanes, and they said, we can't afford you.